Okay, so I finally watched Turning Red, and the one thing I've heard about this movie is that I've heard a lot of critics being whiny little babies and calling this film, oh, it's unapologetically horny. Oh my god, it has Asian representation. Blah, 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 blah. Well, I'll tell you what, it's not any of those things. It's not unapologetically horny. It's not racist. It's just a good movie. I like this. It's not great, but I like this. It's a good movie. And the reason I'm keeping this so short is because I have to do something that I'm not going to disclose. But the reason I'm making this now is because I watched it yesterday and I want to keep my opinion on it fresh, so I don't have biased nation on it. And yes, I know I'm a little late to the Turning Red bandwagon, but the reason I watched it yesterday and not when it came out, it's because I have a schedule of watching movies. So instead of watching on Saturday last week, instead I watched Surf's Up 2, which this is my review, 3 out of 10, 3.5 out of 10. It sucks and you should never watch it. Anyway, back to Turning Red. Okay, so the story of this film is just about this 13-year-old May. She's a Chinese Canadian girl who lives in Toronto, Canada. And she's basically just, going through the normal things a teenager goes through. But then she discovers that whenever she gets too excited or too crazy, she turns into a panda. Pretty simple thing. Except that eventually branches off into something way more complex, and I like that. A lot of people really don't like this panda thing because it just seems like it's not. Well, I think the panda thing was probably well used because if this movie was just about periods, then Disney would immediately just shoot this down and then burn it with fire because they will never allow this. And the reason I'm not showing any clips from the movie, it's because it's very cringy. Which my first criticism, the movie's a bit cringy at the beginning, and there are some parts that are cringy as well. But for the most part, it's not that cringy of a film. Trust me when I say I've seen a lot more cringier stuff. Ahem. Another thing I have to criticize about is it's too short. Like, I was expecting this to be like around the 105-minute mark, but instead it was just around 199 minutes. So I wish it could have been a little bit longer to, stretch it out just a little bit. But now on to good things about the film. First, the animation. The animation for this movie is really well done. It's expressive. It's really beautiful animation. Pixar really outdid themselves with this. It's expressive. It's unique. I like it. The animation is good. Next up, the humor. This is a really funny movie. I laughed a lot of it. But it also has its time to get into the emotional, realistic part of it as well. I mean, it is technically a Pixar film, so you gotta have some emotion. But this might be one of Pixar's funniest movies. Okay, I would say Monsters Inc. is, but I haven't seen that in a long time, so I can't really judge on that. So until I see that, then this is the funniest Pixar film I've seen so far. Next up, the characters. The characters have all unique personality traits and are defined by their color. Yeah, a lot of people think that Abby is annoying, but I just find her funny annoying. She's funny annoying. It's a funny annoying movie. Okay, not annoying, just it's funny. Okay, it's a good movie. So yeah, that's basically my review. I wish I could give a more detailed explanation, but I have to get this out quick and fast. So yeah, yeah, it's a bit cringy at times, and yeah, it's a bit short, but that definitely doesn't mean it's a bad movie. For one, I actually like it. The animation's expressive and unique, the humor is great, the characters are each unique. It's a really good movie. It does not deserve all the hate it gets. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Not a great review, but Pixar definitely deserves better. With Disney canceling all of their movies out of cinemas due to COVID, I think it's just because Disney doesn't respect Pixar for making new stuff, and Disney just wants Pixar to make sequels. Because that's all Disney is. Unoriginality and yeah, just unoriginality. They're unoriginal, they're stupid, but Pixar is the opposite of that. Pixar is unique, fun, expressive, and beautiful. And this is what the film is. It's a good, fun, at times cringy movie. And I would recommend this for someone who isn't a whiny little baby and think this film is unapologetically horny. It's not. Why do people think that? Yeah, that's all I can say. Just stop. Normally, I would just think someone. Normally, I would just agree on their opinions and just say that if you don't like it, that's fine. But seriously, this amount of hate? Nah, it's a bit too much. So yeah, I would really recommend this movie. And next week on my thoughts of, which yes, I will make it somehow. Episode 19 of my thoughts of will be on this wonderful motion picture. I'm a bit late to that party as well. I'm late to every party, but yeah, watch out for that. It's coming.